Hello, my name is Chris Donovan. I'm the Angling Education Coordinator for the Virginia Department of Game and Inland Fisheries. Today we're going to talk about the different types of rod and reels that you can use for freshwater fishing. First is the closed face or spin cast rod and reel. Now this rod and reel is great for a beginner. It doesn't tangle very much. It's inexpensive. Just a great rod and reel to start off with. Great for catching bluegills and bass in ponds or along the shoreline. A great place to start with for a rod and reel. Now the next kind is the spinning or open face rod and reel. Spinning rod and reels I find are best for lighter line and smaller and lighter lures. And they are great for trout or for bass and bluegill. And you can also though get them in different sizes. As the model I have here, you can get them very large to catch big stripers or catfish. So you can vary in size, but in general, most folks like them best for lighter line and lighter lures. Now the next type of rod and reel is the conventional casting rod and reel or a bait cast rod and reel. And this is more for heavier line, let's say 10 or 12 pound test and greater, and great for bass fishing with artificial lures, for casting for stripers, and they can also come in different larger sizes that you might use for big catfish or stripers, but generally heavier lures and heavier baits, these are going to be your best choice. And finally, as most of you have seen in movies and on commercials, they often use the fly rod and reel. Now the fly rod and reel is great for trout and all the way through to bass and bluegill in ponds or on lakes and rivers for smallmouth. And what's great about the fly rod and reel is you're casting a little fly that doesn't weigh very much, but this line is heavy. So essentially when you see folks casting a fly rod and reel and they're going back and forth, they're casting the line so that they can have this little lure that doesn't weigh anything to present that to the fish. Each of these rod and reels has a different application and a different use, so be sure to pick out the right one that's best for your fishing.